The most powerful rehabilitation habit for spinal health is not a technically demanding exercise. It is the simplest one you will actually do every single morning without exception. The cat-cow stretch takes 3 minutes. It needs a floor and your hands and knees. Done consistently every morning before you stand up, it changes the quality of movement your spine has available for the entire rest of the day. Here is the exact daily routine, with every detail you need to perform it correctly and consistently. Before you get out of bed in the morning, roll to your side and come onto your hands and knees on the floor next to the bed, or directly on the mattress if it is firm enough to give you a stable surface. Doing this before you stand up matters because your intervertebral discs rehydrate and swell slightly overnight, absorbing water from the surrounding tissue while you are lying horizontal and inloaded. Beginning the cat-cow before you put vertical load through your spine means you are mobilizing at peak disc hydration, the moment of maximum therapeutic effect from each repetition. Your discs have no direct blood supply in adulthood. They receive nutrients by diffusion from the surrounding end plates, driven by the compression-decompression cycle of movement, so the cat-cow's alternating flexion and extension actively drives that nutritional exchange at the moment the disc is most receptive to it. Set up your starting position with wrists directly under your shoulders and knees directly under your hips, back in a neutral tabletop position, not sagging toward the floor, not rounded toward the ceiling. Inhale slowly through your nose as you begin the cow. Belly drops, chest lifts forward, tailbone rises upward. Take 4 full seconds to reach end range, feeling the movement travel progressively through your lumbar spine, then your thoracic spine, then your cervical spine all the way to your skull. If the movement stops at your lower back and nothing happens above it, your thoracic spine is restricted. Consciously try to extend the arch upward between and above your shoulder blades. Hold for 2 seconds at the top of cow. Now exhale slowly through your mouth into the cat. Round your entire back upward toward the ceiling. Chin tucking toward your chest, lower abdomen drawing gently inward. Tailbone tucking down and under. Again, 4 seconds to reach full cat, ensuring the curve is traveling through every spinal level. 2-second hold. Return to neutral and begin the next repetition immediately. 10 repetitions. After the 10th repetition, walk your hands slightly forward and sit your hips back toward your heels into child's pose, resting your forehead on the floor or a folded towel, and hold for 30 seconds. This allows the entire posterior chain, lower back, hip extensors, thoracic paraspinals to release passively before you ask them to perform the work of standing upright. Then push back through kneeling to standing. Total time, 3 minutes. That is the morning routine. If you sit at a desk for more than 2 hours at a stretch, add a standing version during the day. Every 90 minutes, stand up, place both hands on your lower back with fingers pointing downward, gently arch backward into extension for 3 seconds, then place your hands on your thighs and round forward gently into flexion for 3 seconds. 5 cycles, 90 seconds, every 90 minutes. This prevents the progressive lumbar compression and hip flexor shortening that accumulates steadily across a long sedentary workday and undoes much of what the morning routine achieved. The standing version also counters the progressive shortening of the hip flexors from sustained sitting. Shortened hip flexors tilt the pelvis forward, which increases loading on the posterior facet joints and narrows the openings where the spinal nerves exit, contributing to the diffuse back and leg discomfort many desk workers feel by mid-afternoon. What does consistent practice actually produce, and on what timeline? In the first week, expect mild stiffness during the first 2 or 3 repetitions of each morning session. This is the normal response of tissues mobilizing after overnight rest and is not a reason to stop. By the end of week 2, most people notice that morning stiffness on getting up has reduced meaningfully and that the exercise itself feels qualitatively smoother. If any sharp or radiating symptoms appear during the exercise at any point, stop and arrange a physiotherapy assessment before continuing. The full guided demonstration with physiotherapist cues is in the link in the description. 3 minutes every morning, starting tomorrow, and consistency across weeks is what compounds into lasting change.